It's Sunday night, and this is the Conjugal Visit on KGFRocks.com.
Yeah, the Conjugal Visit. The Conjugal Visit right here on KGFRocks.com. Somebody got a fan on?
Yeah.
You got a fan on? You're listening
No.
to Conjugal Visit? What do you mean, no?
I don't have a fan on. What's hard to understand about that?
Somebody's got a
I mean, it's 20 degrees where we're at, so we don't have fans on.
This is true. Hey, this is Conjugal Visits. I'm Free Ride. I'm along with my good friends here, Mr. Guido. Guido, how you doing?
I'm dandy, like
You're dandy?
fine brandy.
You're dandy like fine brandy. And Jazz is with us. Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
There's a cheer for Jazz. Crowd goes wild.
Like usual.
In the gay nightclub.
And of course, I am Free Ride. That's right. I am Free Ride and the ball hit going.
While we're here, I'm adding a new segment to the show.
Are you?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you about this, but I'm going to start reading tweets that we get. Well, not tweets, but we every time we post a song, play a song, it posts on Twitter.
Right.
And I'm not saying these people listen to what's being played, but they're definitely responding to it. Like we got like this one here, which I think is really cool. At Holy White Hounds liked now playing Holy White Hounds Switchblade. So the band that we played liked the song that we played, which is kind of cool. I mean, you know, the Holy White Hounds are a newer band that's up and coming, right, Chaz? And
Yep.
They liked one of our tweets, which is cool. We also had another band that we played, the Ray Gun Girls, liked one of the songs we played, their song.
Played their song? All right.
Yeah, and so that's kind of cool that these bands are at least liking it. And another guy that was on our show before, Peter Gregg at Gregg's, he was that Canadian guy that we we interviewed. He liked. He liked now playing Johnny Rivers, Summer Rain. So it's like all these people are actually liking the stuff. So, I mean, I hope they're listening. But do you know which one of our artists that we play gets liked the most?
What?
Mike LaPon's Silent Assassins.
Really?
Nice.
Yes, they're always getting liked on here. You know, a lot of the big ones are getting liked too. You know, you'll have the Dio and all that. But as I go through this list, Mike LaPon's Silent Assassins are constantly being liked. So that's pretty cool. And we had another one, Duff McKagan liked Sweet Child of Mine that we played once. So that's real cool, you know. And they're actually the real people because I go check it and make sure, you know, that they're whatever certified, you know, because I'm not going to be excited over somebody pretending they're Duff McKagan.
Right.
You know, but
they have those fucking administrators. You know,
I'm not sure. Some of them, no, but Twitter, I think some of them really do because it's on their phone and it's easy to like and respond back. That's why, you know, people get in trouble all the time. Trump gets in trouble all the time for it, you know, and other people get in trouble for tweeting their thoughts out before thinking about them. You know, even sports athletes get the most abuse, I think. When you say, Chaz?
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's more abuse than politicians, though.
Well, no, I'm not. Yeah, politicians lately, yes, definitely. But for more or less since the inception of Twitter, I think sports stars have put their foot in their mouths more than anybody else.
True, that's true.
Lately,
especially lately, they should just shut up and play football, as far as I'm concerned. But that's just me. You know, that's just me. And as far as this this football thing, I am so glad that the 49ers are just a shit team. I just
So where's Tony Romo going next year?
Tony
San Francisco?
Romo, I think he's probably either going to go to San Francisco, which he'll hate. He'll hate that town because he just wouldn't fit in there. It's either
I think he'll fit in there better than anywhere else.
Well, he'll either fit in there or he's
San Francisco is like the greatest city for him.
He's not gay. Stop it.
No, he would not fit in. He would not fit in San Francisco, but he would fit the mold for the Texas Texans.
You mean the Dallas?
So that's what I would think. I think it would be the Houston Texans, or I think it would be actually our Buffalo Bills because it's they're two teams that could win if they had a quarterback. That's it. I mean, San Francisco can't. You could put Steve Young on San Francisco right now, and they'd win 3 games.
He is still a starting quarterback. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Oh, no, definitely is a starting quarterback. He didn't lose his job because of his ability. He lost his job because this kid's fucking kicking ass.
He's on fire.
You're stupid to bench him. He's winning. Why bench him for the starter? It's the same thing happened to Drew Bledsoe when fucking with this douche nozzle in there now. Brady, Drew Bledsoe got hurt, and Brady came in and lit it up, and Bledsoe lost his job. That's what happens, Right. You get the young. You want the young in there. Just saying, what happened in San Francisco? Fucking Steve Young backed up Joe Montana. How does that happen?
Right.
That's when quarterbacks were abundant, dude. There's no quarterbacks in the NFL anymore. Don't you guys agree?
Oh yeah.
No.
No,
they're all mediocre.
Yeah, they're all in the middle. I mean, even the ones that you would think were going to be the great ones, I think the great ones are done for now.
I think so.
This kid over here in Dallas, believe me, he's a phenom, and I hope he's not just a phenom. I hope he is I hope he creates collateral damage for the next 5 seasons, and is a franchise player.
I don't think he's good, but this is what he does. Handoff, 7-yard pass, handoff, 7-yard pass, 15-yard pass, handoff, touchdown, walk off the field.
That's not his strategy, though, is it? That's not him doing that.
You can't call him a phenom.
He's definitely a good game manager, and he listens well. He's coached well.
He's coached very well, and he pays attention, and he doesn't panic. And I think that's a great quality all by itself. Not just your passing ability or your handoff ability or your knowing the plays ability. I think that your attitude goes a long way. It's about 35% of who you are on the playing field, and I really think that a big part of it is he ain't scared, and he's got very good reason not to be scared because his front line is huge, and they're protecting him, and he's got all kinds of time to throw when he does throw. And
do you know what I miss in football? And what I miss in football is that it's too politically correct again, just like society. You're not allowed to dance or fucking taunt at all. Today. I mean, it's so stupid. Yeah, I used to love it. Well, they can dance, but they're not allowed to touch each other. They're not allowed to use the ball as a prop. They can't spin the ball. It's dumb. I'm sorry, it's dumb.
Well, that being aside, when you taunt another player, it's just like, it's unsportsmanlike conduct to behave that way, but to kneel during the national anthem that's above, reproach.
You know what? I used to think that was bad, but this is the country we live in now. Do you know that in the United States Army now, when you're in fucking basic training and you have a stressful moment, you pull a card out of your pocket and they have to fucking leave you alone? What kind of bullshit is that?
That's ending. That's fixing to end,
I was a sissy little punk kid when I went in basic training, and they broke my ass down and made me a man.
That's right.
That's right. I didn't get no fucking time out.
No, there was no time out. You know, my timeout was 50 push-ups with my rifle across my knuckles in a rainstorm in the mud, knocking out 50 push-ups. That was my timeout. That was my safe place. Was down on the ground doing push-ups.
And you were in the Navy. That was like the easiest one.
Well, yeah, but they were pretty tough, man. They were pretty tough. I mean, you had to prove yourself like any other service. And don't forget, I was also in the
No, I know.
National Guard. I was also in the National Guard, so I went through both basics. I went through the Army National Guard basic training, and then I went through, which is like the Boy Scouts, I guess. And but it was still colder than well digger's ass. It was cold. It was
Our
cold.
first freeism of the evening, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
free is
Freeism. Yeah. Well, we'll do a bong hit for that.
Yeah.
So,
Me and Chaz are actually writing a book, and we're hoping it's going to be done by next Christmas. It is the Freeism Encyclopedia.
freeisms.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is when you say them, we'll write them down, and then we'll explain them. It's colder than a well digger's ass, meaning, go ahead, explain it.
It's beyond cold. It is. Imagine a well digger out there with his pants down and with his pants just hanging off his ass, and he's got the plumber's cleavage going, and it's awfully damn cold. It's cold.
It's cold. Okay.
It's cold. It's cold.
So that's your first freeism. That's the only one you're getting for free. Next year, you'll have to buy our book next year to get the rest of them.
Yeah,
That's
it's gonna
right. That's
look
right.
for it next Christmas. It's called America, home of the freeisms,
That's right.
America, home of the freeisms.
land of the gay.
Land of the gay.
With the big Black Lives Matter poster on the back.
Yeah, I know that you wanted to. I know that you two love your Christmas and all that stuff, and you've already got snow on the ground up there, and everybody's all Christmassy and all into the fucking Christmas shit.
Chaz owns several Christmas sweaters.
He does.
Several. They're
I think
awesome.
I think there's something wrong with that.
Why?
They're warm and they're great.
They're warm and they're great, and are they ugly sweaters?
Of course.
I think they're handsome, but
You think that they're handsome. Now, there's your first problem.
They're only handsome if you're Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder. Because then they feel okay.
You're listening to the Conjugal Visits on KGFRocks.com. And so, with that being said, my Christmas is going as per usual. I've got people hunting me down and wanting to kill me, and everybody is freaking out. And it's like I told you earlier, Guido. It's like a full moon for a month, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, here, let me just say this once. I've known you now for 4 years.
Okay, yeah.
And you're not a bad person. You're pretty decent. Okay. Yeah. But every year, from Thanksgiving to New Year's, you're a douchebag.
Well, I just think that the holiday,
I say that with love.
I just think that the holiday is overused, and that there are people profiting billions of dollars off of a holiday that's not meant to be a.
Well, it starts on Thanksgiving because we get the rant about Black Friday, right? That's where we start.
Yeah,
Black Friday Friday is the point where he starts.
Yeah, well, Black Friday is. I just can't stand watching people kill each other to get a fucking a 36-inch television. I just can't. I just can't fathom why people do that.
Yeah, but I mean, I know that like people like to say it's overused, but how is it overused? It's legitimately a month long. Like that's it, 1 month. Like when people say
they put
when people
Christmas
say,
shit up right after fucking Halloween.
It is, yeah.
It's 2 months.
I don't know. Like when people will say about Christmas music, I can't listen to Christmas music because it's all the same songs all the time. They're 90% of the same time that listen to the rock radio stations and listen to the same songs all the time too. So
you know my happiest day of the year. You know what my happiest day of the year is?
What's that?
The day after Christmas. When it's all said and done, when it's all over with, and I look around and I realize I didn't get a goddamn thing for Christmas.
You know what my favorite time of the year is?
What's that?
Is income tax day when I get that check back so I can pay the Christmas charge off that I just did.
Yeah.
That's my favorite time. Now, here's the thing about Christmas that it's different for you to say. Christmas, as I get older, doesn't mean the same things for me. But I have children, so therefore I get in the mode for them. Okay, because
Right.
it really is about the kids. Now, the older I get, the more I realize it really is about the kids.
Right.
It gives them a something to believe in, something to strive for.
Give
I
me
mean,
something to believe in.
Something to
Yeah.
believe,
and
something to believe in.
right,
Well,
yeah.
believing in Santa Claus. See, the problem I have is when my kids were growing up, they got to be about 6 years old, and they had already figured it out.
At 6 years old, what the hell are you? That's crazy. How the hell did they figure it out at 6 years old?
Well, I didn't want to raise my kids on lies, and there was no Easter bunny.
What?
No, there was no Easter bunny. There was
Kids,
no.
he's be today. Just don't worry.
No, I mean, there's no Santa Claus.
This is children all over the world listen to this program.
I am Santa Claus. I am Santa Claus, motherfucker. And you better behave because I'm making a list and I'm checking it twice. And I'm going to see who's been naughty and fucking nice. See?
I'm pissed off that I spend thousands of dollars and get no credit for anything.
I'm telling you. After a while, Guido, I'm telling you, I'm being honest with you here. After a while, you buy and you buy and you buy, and over the years, you buy all the latest gadgets for your kids and stuff, and you buy everything that they need, and you give them what they want, and you give, and then when you get to my age, it's like, there ain't nothing at the fucking door. There's nothing. I get a card. Merry Christmas, Grandpa. I mean, so after a while, man, it gets old. When's it my turn? Maybe it's because I'm
So you're lonely at I got it now.
No, I am. How can I say it?
You feel slighted.
I feel slighted. I laid out all this money over all these years, bicycles.
Well, I'm going to tell you something.
Sleeping bags and tents and this and that.
What a great philosopher once said: "It's not what you got; it's what you give."
Well, yeah, you can give and give and give, but after a while...
Does anybody know that philosopher?
Yeah, who is that philosopher? You tell
the singer of Tesla.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was hoping you remember his name because I forgot it, but is it Jeff Keith, isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah.
But anyways, by the way, I saw Tesla this summer. Or did we actually see him, or did we miss him? You weren't with me.
I didn't go with you.
Oh, we did see him, and they were good. I actually bought a T-shirt, which I dished out $35 for a Tesla T-shirt. I normally don't buy.
Was Gibbons playing for him?
No, Gibbons. That's ZZ Top, dude.
No. What's his name? God damn it. We had
Tommy Skiach.
Tommy Gibbons was playing with Tesla, wasn't he?
No, that was Tantric.
That was Oh, you're right. Yeah,
I know I'm right. And yeah,
way too much weed, dude. Okay, Go ahead.
And I forked out $35 for a T-shirt. Usually I buy them out in the parking lot, but they didn't have a Tesla one, And that was Def Leppard. I already had. Wasn't it Def Leppard? Yeah, it was Def Leppard. I don't know, but anyways, moving on right along. Let's talk about something else while we're here.
All right.
We're going to talk about right now the 2017 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees. Okay.
All right.
Now we're only going to discuss a few of them. We're going to say them all, but when I get to one of the bands, we're going to discuss them. You can give your opinions on. We're going to go four at a time. Okay, because there's quite a bit. So the first four nominees are Bad Brains, Shaka Khan, Chic, and Depeche Mode.
I'm guessing I'll. Okay.
Go ahead.
I mean, Bad Brains, maybe. I mean, they're there. I mean, they are punk legends, but I don't think they had any sort of an enormous impact on music. Shaka Khan. Get the fuck out of here.
They did in a way. Let's go one by one. Bad Brains. Well, they did in a way. They're not only a punk iconic band, but they're also African American, or they're I don't know if they're American, but they're the first punk black band.
Yeah.
So they broke down the racial barrier because normally punk is normally a white young male thing. You know what I mean? So, and I think in some degrees they broke that racial barrier down, so they should get some consideration for some Hall of Fame. I don't know.
I'll give you that. That's fair. I didn't even consider that.
Yeah. Shaka Khan. here's my
get the fuck out of here.
All right, the next two, Shaka Khan and Chic. I love Chic. I think Chic is some of the greatest musicians ever. Tony Thompson, with drums, Bernard Edwards, Nile Rodgers. But they're not rock and roll. And I think that's what this Hall of Fame is forgotten, that this is a rock and roll Hall of Fame. Make an R&B, make a disco Hall of Fame.
That's why I think they're going to get in. One of those bands are going to get in.
But so I don't want to talk about either of them. They're accomplished. Let's go to the next one. Depeche Mode. I personally don't really like this band. Personal Jesus, maybe the only song I do like.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I don't think any of these bands.
They're influential. They're influential.
No, what I'm saying is they're in. They make it in right away. They're a Rolling Stone band. They're just like that kind of band that's like, well, a lot of people like them because you guys don't understand them, and they're really cool, and that's so they're in. No doubt about it. I guarantee they're in.
They'll be in. I agree.
Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I agree. I think they'll get in.
I think
I'm not
they'll
sure
get in.
they belong there, but I think they'll get in.
All right, so unanimous decision, they're in. Next four. Electric Light Orchestra, the Jay Giles Band, Jane's Addiction, and Janet Jackson.
Okay, you can drop Janet Jackson right away. You can also drop down Jane's Addiction.
No, I disagree with you on both of them, and I know I am gonna squash my rule of non-rock artists shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. But since they're allowed to be in, Janet Jackson deserves it because of two reasons. One, she came out of the shadow of Michael Jackson and did just as good, and if not better, in certain years. So I think she deserves to be in. And Jane's Addiction is so influential.
They're a great band. No, they're a great band, but I just don't think it's their
It's
time.
about influence, in my opinion. And I think it's not always about what I like. Because there's a lot of bands that get in this Hall of Fame that I really don't like, but then when I listen to them, I'm like, oh, they did influence this and that. So I guess it's if they're deserving or not. And I think they are. What do you think, Chaz?
Yeah, for sure. They're just that kind of band. Everyone talks like Perry Farrell is the god, and they're in. They're definitely in.
Jane's Addiction.
It's not.
You think?
But
I'm not a fan.
Right. That's what we're trying to discuss here, dudes. Not what we think, not our opinion, but what we think if they'll be in or not.
Yeah, okay, I just don't think the votes are going to be there for them. I don't think they're going to get in, but I think Jay Giles deserves to be in, but he won't.
I agree with you on that because I really think Jay Giles deserves to be in there, and I think they won't. I agree because they're not edgy enough. They're not,
and none of these people that are voting on them on these selections have ever seen Jay Giles Band in concert, and they are one of the greatest jam bands. They were right up there with the Dead when it comes to. Well,
most people are gonna base the Jay Giles Band off their early '80s output, which is "Come Back," "Love Stinks," "Angel of Blue," "Freeze Frame,"
Centerfold, all that, right?
Oh, and that's not the Jay Giles. That was the end of Jay Giles. That was them doing just throwing it all out and trying to make as much money as they can because they knew it was the end.
Right.
Pre all that, '70s Jay Giles is a totally different band.
There's so many different songs.
Right, but I guarantee you if there was an early 80s Jay Giles, there would be no talk about Hall of Fame for him. So,
you might be right on that aspect, but what the shame of that is they were really a good band in the 70s. Yeah. And I think you're right, Chaz, that early 80s fucking number one on the charts, on videos, everywhere output is forever made them, like you said, maybe future Hall of Famers, but I think it stifles what they really did.
Correct.
Their best work in the 70s.
Their best work was in the 70s. And, I look for the Purse and stuff like that was always their best. And I just think that there was more to them than what Freeze Frame and those other songs where
you want to know what they're all about? Get their 1977 album, which wasn't that big of an album. It was when they changed their name to Giles. It was called Monkey Island.
Monkey Island is a great album, man.
One of my favorite albums ever. Not just favorite Jay Giles albums. It's one of my favorite albums ever. And I think it's a great album. And I think they deserve, but I don't think they'll get in.
No, I don't think they'll get in. Okay.
All right, now ELO. All right, there's so many things you can say about ELO. At times, I really like ELO. Right, and I really appreciate the musicianship, the writing, but at times they bore the shit out of me, and at other times they sound like the next Beatles.
Well, they were attempting that. I think they had a lot of Beatles influence.
There's no. Here's my opinion, and here's what I think. What I think is they're going to get in because they're the next Beatles, like whatever. But I don't feel they should be in. Jeff Lynne's a great producer, songwriter, master, mixer of music. But I don't. In my opinion, they do nothing for me.
Yeah, well, ELO is. I think that they were iconic in where they crossed psychedelic with pop rock, and I think that's a great description of that band. And I think that that's what's going to happen. I think they took that classic feel across, that psychedelic feel across, and put it into the pop culture, and I think that's why they're going to get in. Okay. I think that out of those four, that is probably going to be the only band that gets in. Well, maybe Janet Jackson. You might be right about Janet. She may get in. I don't think she will.
I think here's the thing too, guys. Now, there's more bands coming up, okay? And I don't know how many get in. Is it 10, 15, something like that? Right. So you might go back and change your answers. For instance, here's the next four. And I think every single one of these four bands should be in the Hall of Fame, okay? Here they go. The MC5, Steppenwolf, the Cars, and Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam will get in spite of the vote. Have they ever been? I thought they were already nominated once, weren't they?
I don't believe so.
No. Okay.
They'll be in.
Pearl Jam will get in. Steppenwolf will probably get in.
No, wait. How are you going to say Steppenwolf and MC5 are going to be in? They've been eligible for like 30 years.
I understand that. I think it's time. I think it's time, and here's why. Let me feather it out there for you. Here's why. I think that over the past 3 to 5 years, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has been under a lot of pressure to bring in some of these classic rock bands, because they're not doing it. They've been leaving what Deep Purple and bands like that out forever. And now it's time, man. It's fucking time for them. They've been getting a lot of criticism, and another thing is if they did, fucking I think that Rolling Stone magazine would probably sell more copies, to be honest.
Well, here's the thing about the Hall of Fame, and the Hall of Fame was set up with the. It wasn't about record sales. It wasn't about this or that. It was supposed to be about the influence of the artist. Did that artist influence music in some way?
But that's not what it is anymore.
No, it's not. Anybody could come out and do an album and have it hit and be selling. Okay, let's say for instance, the Macarena sold 50 billion copies, but it's not influential. Who the fuck does that influence? It's just a song that everybody likes to dance to.
It's a dance song. That's all.
Okay, so the people that did the Macarena should never be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But somebody like the MC5, I think, should be, because they did influence people.
Right.
Their brand of music, garage punk type rock, influenced the Stooges, influenced, other bands that created different genres of music. So that band should be in there. Pearl Jam's going to be in there because they're going to be in there.
Right. Yeah, but the thing is somebody like the Stooges, and I don't know, are the Stooges in?
No.
I would think the Stooges should be in there way before the MC5, and I know the MC5 were first, but it's not about always who was first. I mean, if you just think of the cultural of Iggy Pop and what he's done for the punk movement outside of the band, he's far more credible outside of the band than he ever was in the band.
And he definitely should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There is no denying on that. But Pearl Jam, and I'm sorry, I like Pearl Jam, should not be in this induction.
But they will be.
They will be. They shouldn't. They should not be. I'm sorry. Sorry to Eddie Vedder, all you guys. I love your music, but I didn't think fucking one of my favorite bands ever, Green Day, got in too early. I think I really do.
I think so. I agree with that.
I thinking to myself, wait a minute. Like you said before, look at how long it took Kiss to get in. Kiss should have been in a long time ago. Black Sabbath should have been a long time ago. Deep Purple should have been a long time ago.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense anymore. Okay, now we go to the Cars. The Cars, I actually think they deserve to be in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan, but like just thinking of like what they've done with music, do I think they should be in? Possibly, but will they? I think they will be. I'm actually quite surprised to find out that they're not, because they're a perfect like rock and Rolling Stone kind of band, Rick Ocasek and all that stuff.
Sure. Rick Ocasek produced 3 Weezer albums. I mean, he's still relevant in music today, and definitely influential. Okay, here's the next list. All right, for a bonus prize, tell me which one of these 4 is automatically in. Joan Baez, Joe Tex, Kraftwerk, or Journey?
Journey.
That's it. We're not even going to talk about this one. I don't care about any of these bands, really. Joe Baez, she did some good things. Joe Tex, not rock and roll, sorry. Kraftwerk.
But Kraftwerk is like that Depeche Mode thing. They're so like trendy and hipster for like the 80s portion that they might be in.
And Journey, I love Journey. I do. I'm sorry. I love Steve Perry's voice, one of my favorite singers ever. But they're not, I don't know. I don't consider them 100% rock, in my opinion.
Yeah, but they have everything that you just described as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They sold albums. They were popular. Soccer moms love them.
I said that's not what it's about. It's not about record sales, and it's not about popularity. It's about influence, is what I mean.
They're influential.
They influenced a lot of people. I think they influenced quite a few people.
Yeah.
And I think that they crossed some boundaries. They had a tough go, man. You got to remember when they later on in the late 70s when disco made its fucking rise, they had to fight through all the fucking noise and shit, and they still did. And I think that's what's important about them. I really think that they burst that bubble of the disco, and they came out like a shiny new penny when they did. So I don't know. I think Journey should go in. They'll go in. I think
they will go in, definitely.
Yeah.
Last 3, okay? And these 3, I think all 3 are big at some point. You're both going to disagree with me on one or the other. The Zombies, Tupac Shakur, and Yes.
Well, Tupac deserves to be in. If it's about influential, there's not a bigger rap artist of the 90s than him. Like, if as big as NWA blew up, they're nothing to Tupac.
Yeah, Tupac's going in.
So, I mean, he deserves it too. I mean,
he deserves it too. And I think Tupac, he was the pioneer of that genre, and I think and it's had a huge influence on a lot of people. So
I agree. He's going to be in too. Agree, definitely. Yes, I can't believe he's not in already.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to get in this time.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think so
I don't
either.
get it because I'm not a big Yes fan. Okay.
Yeah.
Progressive rock is huge. If Genesis is in, why isn't Yes in?
Well, because Genesis is far more like accepted. Genesis was more accepted. Like Yes was kind of like just on the outskirts all the time looking in.
You have to remember also that a lot of the members of the band, Yes has changed members of the band, I mean, tenfold. I mean,
but they never went and got shitty members. They went and got people that replaced them were probably better than the one they replaced.
Right. Well, I think that Yes is not going to get in. If they do, I'll be surprised. I really will be surprised.
And what about the Zombies? I love the Zombies, but I don't think they had
Boston, You're My Home. Didn't they do that? What did they do?
No,
what
they
did.
The
Zombies do?
What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Oh yeah. I got that one.
Time of the Season, and they did Tell Her No, and they also did When No One Told Me About Her.
Yeah.
Some of their songs are very good, but I don't know if they're Hall of Fame caliber or worthy. And those are the kind of things that I don't get. Is like, okay, a band like the Zombies had 2 albums and they're in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. I don't know. Just like Nirvana, I just didn't understand why they got it. And I'm never going to understand that,
Yeah.
why they were so famous and influential. I don't understand. Can someone explain to me why?
I can't explain it.
How about you,
Who did
James?
You said
Nirvana.
a couple things. How Nirvana was it?
Why is
Don't
Nirvana
get me started.
so influential? And so, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like a couple of their tunes, yeah, but I wouldn't say they influenced me to do anything but maybe pack the bowl.
Yeah.
I mean,
And not only that,
they were that catalyst. Yeah, they were a change. They were a movement change, and it was a movement of, well, we don't like makeup and talent in our music anymore, so we just want to whine and bitch about everything. Kind of sounds like today's generation, and that's what it was. It was a voice for a bunch of whiny, bitchy generation.
Right.
That's what he was. Yeah, he was definitely, and I don't like them. It doesn't matter, they're in. So those are the Hall of Fame nominees, and we're gonna choose. Okay, we can right now. Me and you, all of us are gonna sign in to submit votes. Log out of Facebook, or no, we're not, because I already voted. Never mind, I can't vote. But anyways, we said our names, and that's who we think is gonna be in. So those are the 2017 Hall of Fame inductees, ladies and gentlemen.
Excellent.
Go vote at rockhall.com for your favorites. Make sure these bands that don't deserve to be in there, and don't vote because you like their song. Okay, listen to them. This is, this is pageantry stuff. I know, but I think the people that deserve to be in there should be in there.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
But people are going to go vote, oh, Jesus, so Rick Ocasek was cute. I'm going to vote for him. No, that's not what music's about. Stop it.
Well, how do they see? And it's either an up or down vote. It doesn't. Each person should have a 3-question questionnaire saying, "All right, what about this band influenced music? What about this band changed the way you perceive
nobody
music?"
gonna vote, dude. That's too much. Be like, fuck that. I ain't got time for that. Like you would do that.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, like when I voted for the NFL football Pro Bowl, I voted for the people I like, and I'm like, choose 3 more. I'm like, okay, boom, 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 just because I wanted to get out of the fucking program.
Right, boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
I'm like, that guy had a sack. Okay, pick him. People ain't got time for that shit. That lady told us. What was her name?
What lady's that?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got no time for that.
What was her name? Does anybody know?
No idea.
Yeah, but that was a movement. Okay, here's our next segment. Moving right along. Are you ready? You are now entering the game show network.
Well, wait. Why don't we
wait?
Let's take a quick break, and we're gonna play the zombies.
Oh, okay. Wow, you did that pretty quick. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, let's do the zombies here, and then we'll come right back and we'll do the next segment.
All right.
You're listening to Conjugal Visits on KGFRocks.com. The zombies, and she's not there on the Conjugal Visit show. See, it's kind of cool to be able to own your own station. That means you can pay your royalties and not worry. KGFRocks.com. Best rock and roll station on the net, right here. You're listening to the Conjugal Visit show with my good friend Guido on the other side. Guido, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, this is Guido. How you doing?
His wife cut his nuts off, so he for the rest of the show he'll be talking like that because he got his nuts cut off.
She said she has had those in her purse a long time.
Yeah, you rock me, man. You rock me. Okay, so the next segment is what? Guido.
I think he's pooping.
Let's take pictures of that.
Let's not.
No, he's going to find a lighter. He thought we had time. I'm guessing.
Well, I guess not. We got to remember those '60s songs are are very quick.
They're very short, 2 minutes and 25 seconds. And
I heard your gay little Barry Gibb voice. I gotta find a lighter because my bowl needs lighter and I can't find one. Aww.
Oh.
Yeah. It's sad.
Sad. You know, times of weed will get you through times of no money better than money will get you through times of no weed. Is that the way
Okay, moving right along. we're come to the next segment of the show. What we're gonna do is it's called You Are on the Casting Couch.
Yeah, the casting couch.
I am gonna read something from a line from a movie, but I'm not gonna do it in their voice. I'm gonna do it in the regular my voice. All right, and you got to guess the movie.
Okay.
All right, you ready? I'm gonna say it like life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Oh, that's Forrest Gump.
Ding, 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 ding. You are a wiener. Did you just play something? What?
Yeah.
Are you confused?
Well, what about us people that don't watch movies all the time? This is not fair.
Well, it sucks to be on a game show that you're not prepared for, doesn't it?
Damn me for enjoying books.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn you.
Okay, the next one, okay. It's only after you lost everything that you're free to do anything.
Ooh. What?
It's only after you've lost everything that you're free to do anything.
Wild Hogs?
Good guess. Chaz, any guess?
No.
That's from Fight Club.
Fight Club.
Fight Club. Yeah, with
Never seen it. Never seen Forrest.
With that guy. Okay. Third one. I love not walking. Let's redo that. I love waking up in the morning, not knowing where I'm going to go or who I'm going to meet. Just the other night, I was sleeping under a bridge, and now here I am on the grandest ship in the world, having a champagne with you fine people.
The Titanic?
Yes. It's difficult when you don't hear it in the text or the way they say it too. You know what I mean? It's like it's like wait a minute, you don't know which way to take it. The reading of a line can take you in different directions. You know.
Right.
So okay, next one. Ready? We got two more. This one's kind of an easy one. So I want the actual movie that it came from, not the series. Okay.
Okay.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. I sense much fear in you.
Star Wars.
Which one?
One?
But that would have been Star Wars Episode 3? Episode 3?
No, it's actually episode 6, isn't it?
Nope.
Revenge of the Jedi?
It's Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace. Okay.
All right.
I've never seen that one. See, I haven't seen the new one. I've only seen the old one, so that was tough.
Right.
You mean the new ones that came out about 20 years ago? Those new ones?
Yeah.
No, not the first ones. I saw the first 3 that came out back in the day, but I haven't seen any of the newer ones. The ones.
Right. I'm just saying it's 2017. Those last new ones, as you speak of, came out in 1998.
Well, wait a minute. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't the Return of the Sith or something like that come out in 2000s?
One.
Like 98, 2000, and 2001?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Something like that. Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
They're not new.
So, they got a new one coming out too. The drone coming out, or the Rogue.
That comes out next week.
All right, so they got new ones coming out all the time. Go ahead.
All right. You done? Now can I? I'm fucking Alex Trebek here. All right.
All right.
With my damn Dago mustache. All right.
You greasy hair.
Now I lost my page. Damn it, because you. All right.
Is there such thing as a Canadian Dago? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a Kanako.
Sure.
All right, here you go. I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I kind of lost track of myself.
Dirty Harry.
You didn't even let me finish.
Never saw it.
Do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do you?
As this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off, you got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? And you're right. So I think Freeride wins this edition of Casting Couch.
All right. And I got the applause going.
Yeah, and you're very good. We could do this every week or not because Chaz sucks with movies. So maybe next week we'll do, I don't know. Speaking of...
Hey, let's do commercials. We'll do commercials, man.
What kind of commercials?
I don't know. We'll do commercials. You could do any kind of commercial.
You could do music lyrics. You could do sports. You could do something else. I just don't
music
watch
lyrics would be good. You know what?
Lyrics? Yeah.
That's true. We could play a game where I'll say music lyrics and you got to guess who they are.
What about just general trivia that shows our actual intelligence?
Oh,
This ain't
Careful.
Jeopardy, dude. This is fucking
careful.
KGF rocks. We are not
Careful.
We not
what you wish for.
pertain to the mass intellectual. We I guarantee
We don't want to confuse our listeners, man.
No. Yeah. Like someone put on Facebook today, it said, if someone stole my Tesla car, would it be an Edison car? And I said to him, you're confusing people. Nobody's going to know what the hell you mean. And it's true because, if you're smart, you would get that. If you're not, okay.
Right.
Yeah, but so are you saying we have to live in a generation or a society where we have to dumb down ourselves because other people are morons? That's not fair.
Honestly, you have to dumb yourself down, but you can't talk above your audience, is what I'm saying.
Well, you're fine for the station. I was just saying go to Facebook posts. I don't have a Facebook, but I wouldn't give two shits if someone didn't understand my joke.
Right. No, I'm just saying you're going to confuse people as a joke. I said LOL, but in other words, to let him know I got his joke at least, And it just sometimes people stay and post the stupidest things or the funniest things on Facebook is where I was going with this. And this is not a political thing. I don't want to bring up a political thing, but it's a part of the fake news propaganda that's going on in this country. Do you think that's real, or do you think it's all just fucking being blown out of proportion? That's where I was going with it.
Oh, it's being blown out of proportion.
I mean, I don't really pay attention, so I don't know.
I mean, what I'm saying is, everybody's saying that this is fake news. Like then somebody once said The Onion. Well, yeah, we know The Onion's fake news. It's a parody.
Right.
It's a parody.
Yeah.
It's not. So you can't use that as a debate. But I think we should stop getting our information from Facebook and from even the mainstream media and find out ourselves. Research, read a book, like you said.
Right.
Stop letting others do the thinking for us and start thinking for yourself. And that's all I'm going to say on that because we're going to go into the next segment. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Sure.
All right. It's Grammy time, and the Grammy noms have won out.
Okay.
So now they're into the voting process of the Grammys, and we're not going to talk about them all because there's 10 billion nominees now, and of course we're a rock station, so we'll talk about the rock. So here's the nominees for Best Rock Performance. Now, I understand myself and Freeride, we are not 100% on the new music thing. We're getting it. So this is going to be more of a Chad thing on this, I think. Or Chaz, whatever your name is. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not Chad.
Yeah. Here is the Best Rock Performance nominees. Don't Want to Fight by the Alabama Shakes. What Kind of Man, Florence and the Machine. Something from Nothing, the Foo Fighters, obviously. X's and O's, Ellie King. And Moanin', Lisa Smile, Wolf Alice.
Okay, well, so first of all those songs blow. And what I'll say my pick to win that would be the Ellie King song.
You don't think the Foo Fighters will?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I know they win everything because they're the only rock band in the world, but it's just not. They're not like hipster rock, and that's what's in right now. so I would think L.E. King would take that.
All
You've
right.
probably actually even heard that L.E. King song. So.
It's on our station.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Anyways, best metal performance. Identify.
Well, who won last year, by the way? Do you remember?
I don't have that info in front of me.
Ghost won last year for Cerise.
Okay. Well, that's kind of ironic because the nominees are Ghost with Cerise, Identify, August Burn Red.
Are these last year's or next
Yeah,
year's?
you're reading last year's, bud. Seven Dust would be on there.
Oh yeah,
right?
what the hell? Where'd this dude? Who gave me this?
Not me.
You're a moron.
You won it for 2017.
Oh, you dumbass! Free ride. Sent the wrong site.
I didn't send you the
Yeah,
wrong.
you did. You were reading along with me, and you was like, "Oh yeah, I don't know that band."
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Good thing I fucking pay attention in the music world.
that's our fucking our producer over here.
Holy shit. I thought something was up when you were reading those.
I thought something was up too because I know Disturbed was nominated and so was Metallica. And I'm like, wait a minute, where the hell are they?
Jesus.
All right, so here's the real list. We were just trying to see if you were paying attention.
Paying attention, and we.
Oh, wow. Best rock album. Okay. California, Blink-182. Tell me. Oh, shit, I lost it now. This is why they should make marijuana legal. See what happens? So, now that I'm going to find it here. Dude, it was just in front of me and it dis-fucking-peared. Best rock performance. There we go. All right. Here's the best rock performance. We'll start there because I found that. All right, here we go. Best rock performance. Joe, live from Austin City Limits, Alabama Shakes. Don't Hurt Yourself, Beyonce, featuring Jack White. Black Star, David Bowie. Don't Hurt Yourself. Oh, I said that one. Sounds of Silence, Disturbed. And Heathens, 21 Pilots.
Sound of Silence.
Easy. Heathens all day. What are you, crazy?
Yeah, that was the biggest one of them all. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm almost thinking Bowie's going to win because
either Heathens or Bowie. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. And I would pick The Sounds of Silence by Disturbed because I think that it's the one that's live on Conan. It was the live on Conan one, which was very good. Okay.
It gave me a rush, I'll tell you that.
Best metal performance. Shock Me by Baroness. Silveria. Corey. Oh, shit, yeah, that band. Rotten in Vain by Korn. Dystopia by Megadeth. And The Price is Wrong by Piri Piri.
Who did you not say? Like, that was...
Gojira?
Gojira.
Gojira, yeah.
That's not a very strong lineup. I'm surprised Anthrax isn't on there, to be honest.
Or Metallica.
Well, no, Metallica's album just came out, so I wouldn't expect that on there. What was it again?
Shock Me by Baroness. Silveria by Gojira. Rotten in Vain by Korn. Dystopia, Megadeth, and The Price is Wrong by Piri Piri.
It's a tough one. It's either going to be Dystopia or it's going to be the Korn one. Because those, I don't even know though. None of those are actual hits, and that's such a weird category to me.
I did like Dystopia by Megadeth. I think it's one of their best efforts ever, actually.
Wait, was this was album, not song?
This is album. Best metal performance.
Okay, so this is song. Okay,
song.
so
yeah.
I guess it's either going to be the Megadeth or the Korn one.
Okay. Best rock song. Black Star, David Bowie. Songwriter, David Bowie. Burn the Witch, Radiohead. Hardwired, Metallica. Heathens, 21 Pilots. My Name is Human, Highly Suspect, rather.
It's probably going to be Heathens.
Or Metallica.
No, it's Heathens.
Or Bowie.
Yeah.
I don't think Bowie's going to get it. It's not going to be the rock song that people are looking for or they're going to vote for. I think it's going to be even.
Don't forget that Jethro Tull beat out Metallica back in the 80s for best. So
that's true.
All right.
True.
On to Best Rock Album. California by Blink-182. Tell Me I'm Pretty by Cage the Elephant. Magma by Gojira. Death of a Bachelor by Panic at the Disco, and Weezer with Weezer the White Album.
I think it's going to either be Blink or Weezer, and that's a tough one to say because they're both did well. They're both charting.
Yeah, but so did Caged Elephant and Panic at the Disco. I mean, Panic at the Disco is pretty famous. But I mean, this last album they did, I just heard them do, I don't know if it's on this album, but a cover of, oh god damn, I think it was Bohemian Rhapsody or something. I can't remember, but it was so amazing. And I didn't, I never really listened to the way them sing before, but he's not a bad singer at all.
Well, he's the exact clone of Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy.
Right.
They sound exactly the same. And I don't know. I think Blink takes that one, I guess.
Okay. All right, let's go with the last one, the best alternative music album. 22 A Million by Bone Iver, Black Star by David Bowie, The Hope 6 Demolition Project by PJ Harvey, Post-Pop Depression by Iggy Pop, and A Moon-Shaped Pool by Radiohead.
Bowie.
Yeah, I would say Bowie. Or maybe even...
He's got to win one. He's nominated for 3 different fucking categories, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or 4.
Well, he's nominated just 3 there. I don't know. He could be nominated. I only did the rock ones.
Right.
So, I mean, he could be nominated in, let's see, Producer of the Year, or I mean, not Producer of the Year, but Band of the Year, or Music Video. There's other categories that I haven't gone through. So who knows? Yeah, he's in there at least 3 times, and that's great. You know what amazes me about that album? And I don't know if Chaz, if you have ever listened to any of the tracks from that album.
I have.
But him dying and whatever, that song was so fucking haunting. It was like
he knew it was coming. Have you watched the video?
Oh yeah. But in my opinion,
he was saying goodbye.
It's the greatest song he ever wrote, in my opinion, hands down.
I actually don't like it at all. I think it sounds like it's so droning sounding, and it sounds like a dying computer singing it.
Yeah.
And he's not a good singer. Like I think. It's just
that's what he wanted, though.
He died at the right time. I think I'm not shitting on Bowie. I think he's a great singer. He's got great tunes, but that song is just like I'm a victor. It's terrible. It's terrible.
I think you're missing.
I think
his
if
point
he was still alive, if he was still alive right now, people would be panning that album because it sounds like bullshit. That's what.
No, I don't think so. I think it was his artistic. That's what he wanted. He wanted to sound like he was dying. He wanted you to experience what he was going through. I think, and I think he did. I really do.
If that's the case, that's cool. But he doesn't sound like a dying person. He sounds like a dying computer.
Right. Well, maybe he did it through auto-tune. I don't know. oh no, his album is also nominated for Album of the Year. So, along with Adele. Well, here let's go with Song of the Year. And now none of them are
21 Pilots.
They're not even nominated.
Wow.
It's Formation by Beyonce, Hello by Adele.
Oh, that's it.
I Took a Pill in Ibiza, Mike Posner. Love Yourself, Justin Bieber, and 7 Years by Lucas Graham.
Yeah, it's
Lucas Graham.
Yeah, I don't know. It's either going to be Bieber. It's Adele, man. Adele wins everything.
I think Adele deserves it out of all of them the most.
Lucas Graham's song is pretty damn good, but I don't think
it's Grammy quality.
That was Song of the Year. Now, Record of the Year is the big award.
What's the difference?
Song of the Year, I don't know. I
What's
really
the difference
don't.
Between Song of the Year, Record of the Year, because Album of the Year is the entire album. So what is the difference between song, record, and performance?
Okay, but here's what I can tell you. Okay, Album of the Year is the top one. Record of the Year is the second top. Song of the Year is the third one because Song of the Year is the Songwriter Award. Okay, because Record of the Year is the Artist Award. Okay?
Right, that's for the artist.
Song of the Year is because it says right here, like Formation, it'll say Khalif Brown, Ashton Hogan, Beyonce Knowles, Michael Williams. It tells you who the songwriter is. But on Record of the Year, it just says Hello, Adele. So Record of the Year is for the artist. Song of the Year is for the artist and the song.
Okay.
So so Record of the Year, best overall record. Hello by Adele, Formation by Beyonce, 7 Years by Lucas Graham, Work by Rihanna, and Stressed Out by 21 Pilots.
21 Pilots or Adele. I mean, they're going to own this Grammys.
Yeah.
And album of the year, the most prestigious award, 25 by Adele, Lemonade by Beyonce, Purpose by Justin Bieber, Views by Drake, and A Sailor's Guide to Earth by Sturgill Simpson.
I don't know what the fuck that last one is.
I don't know either. I couldn't even get it.
Like, what the fuck is that? Like, the other ones are kind of expected. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I don't think Adele's going to take that one. I bet you Justin Bieber takes it, because at one point Justin Bieber had 4 songs in the top 10.
Justin Bieber, as much shit as I talk about him and whatever, he kind of proved a lot of people wrong that he wasn't just a kid that got famous. He was going to take it into his adulthood too, and he did.
And he was talking in an interview. He was heard to say in an interview that his next album is going to be an attempt at rock. Kind of scary.
Yeah, I'm kind of speechless on that one. But
yeah, maybe he'll do a Donald Trump and everybody be buying his fucking album.
What the fuck's a Bieber? Best commercial ever. That's the best commercial ever. Ozzy.
No.
What?
It's not.
Yes, it is. What's better?
No, the best commercial ever is, it's lemonade, man. Read the damn sign.
That's
yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It is. I agree with that.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one.
But I still think What the Fuck's a Bieber is funnier.
What the fuck's a Bieber?
Yeah, you remember that? Ozzy doing the commercial with Justin Bieber, and it's for a phone or something, They say, you're going to be working with Bieber, and he turns to Sharon and says, what the fuck's a Bieber? Or something like that. And I'm like, that's funny. That was hilarious. Like Ozzy probably is out of touch with what's current. He doesn't know. I mean, he just Sharon tells him not no more. She don't. Well, is it too soon?
Yeah, well, my favorite commercial of all time is the Mayhem commercial for Allstate. The guy that's like the Cersei the Sea Witch. He's like he's bad luck everywhere he goes. There's accidents and shit, and he creates trees to fall on houses and shit. And this guy's a real fucking maniac. Well, I like that guy. I think he's pretty cool.
One of my favorite commercials of all time actually wasn't around when I never saw it, but I saw it on an old VCR tape that my dad had of 50s commercials, and it was an ad for Winston, and it was Fred and Barney sneaking around the back of the house to have a Winston cigarette. I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. Winston tastes good like a cigarette.
Yeah, they were smoking this. They were selling
filter, no flavor, just a roll of toilet paper.
Can you imagine that? The fucking cartoon characters were selling cigarettes.
I got a question for you. Who was the very first Marlboro man?
Tom Selleck.
Yeah, you nailed it. Tom Selleck. Yeah, he was the first Marlboro man.
And next on Celebrity Jeopardy,
the next guy that did it, he's already dead. He died of lung cancer. So, and Charlie the Tuna, you know how he died?
No, how did he die?
He died in a bathtub accident. He slipped and fell. Charlie the Tuna.
Dude, you're lamer than lame.
Oh,
that took a long time to come to a head there.
Yeah. Charlie the Tuna, he died in a bathtub accident.
Didn't Charlie the Tuna have a famous voice? What was his name? I can't remember. Who did? John.
He did. He also did the Millionaire on Gilligan's Island. What the fuck?
No, it wasn't Mr. Howell. It wasn't Jim Backus.
It wasn't Jim Backus.
Jim Backus was Mr. Magoo. Oh, Magoo, you crazy motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Magoo.
Yeah, that was Jim Backus.
Mr. Magoo, Mr. Magoo.
I still, now most people in the world now will think Leslie Nielsen's Mr. Magoo. He did a good job in that movie.
Yeah, he did. He did a good job in every movie.
He definitely did, but Mr. Magoo, I loved him in that. I mean, I just laughed my ass off, and hands down for Leslie Nielsen, because he was such a dramatic actor. If you go back to all his stuff that he did in the 60s and the 50s, he was such a dramatic actor. He took one little bit role in fucking Airplane, and it forever changed his career.
Right.
When he was in Airplane, that's the first time he started doing some of that satirical type stuff. And he was so good at his deadpan delivery that it was so hilarious. He was the best cop in movie history ever.
Yeah.
Fantastic movies. I mean, they're unbeatable. They're such great movies.
Lieutenant Frank Drebin, and I think, I'm sorry, O.J. Simpson was great in those movies, man.
OJ was awesome in the movies.
Oh, OJ was so great in those movies, man. They were all good. Even what's his name? Who played his partner? What was his name? Ned Kelly or whatever.
Okay. The first Charlie the Tuna voice was a guy by the name of Herschel Bernardi.
Okay.
And then the second guy is Tex Brashear. And the most recent one, his name is Jeff Bergman.
Do they even do Charlie the Tuna still?
Yeah.
I don't know. I buy generic tuna, so I don't care. But anyways, speak of commercials too. The Super Bowl commercials were always exciting, but I think they're stupid lately.
Yeah, they haven't been very good lately. And that's because Anheuser-Busch got bought out by InBev.
Yeah.
They're not spending money on commercials like they used to.
No, I need a lighter, and I can't find one. Play a song so I can go find a lighter.
What do you want to hear, man?
Oh, I don't know. What time do we go to 11?
What?
What time do we play till 11, isn't it?
Yeah, we got another 45 minutes to go.
All right. Fucking play a song so I can find a fucking lighter, and then I'll be happy.
And then you'll be happy?
Right.
Well, what would you like to hear? Let's see. What's one of our nominees?
Play Metallica.
The new Metallica. Okay.
Hardwired, if you have it.
Hardwired. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
How many minutes is it so I can know how much lighter hunting ability I have?
3 minutes and 19 seconds. This is
back.
Hardwired Metallica on KGFRocks.com. Conjugal Visit Show. Enjoy. Yeah, KGFRocks.com. We're back. Hello.
Hello.
Yellow. Are you back, Guido?
He must take forever to do everything.
Yeah, he does. He does. Does he cook like that for you, man?
No comment.
Poor Guido. Poor Guido. You should hear what he says about you when you're gone, man. He's still not back. Fucker.
Oh, I know what he says about me. He says that I'm the best.
He says
He would never say that. I have a new character that I'm hiring to come on Conjugal Visit soon.
Oh, okay. Who's
that? He doesn't want me to tell his name, but he's going to go by Politically Incorrect Dude.
Politically Incorrect Dude.
Yeah.
Well,
and
let's bring him on the show right now.
I don't know if he's
Come on,
ready
let's
to do
bring him
that.
on. Come on.
I don't know if
the crowd wants to hear from him.
Well, wait a minute. I have to find out if he's there. Yeah, he's pretty brash, and he doesn't have a filter, and that's the problem with him.
He doesn't have a filter?
No.
Well, you should get a filter. That can cause cancer.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you hear that?
Nice. Hear it. I can smell the motherfucker.
See, I told you he's got no couth, man.
Hear it. Is he there with you?
Oh, I don't know. It smells like dick in here now.
Oh, God. Whew. Whoa, here. Whoa.
That was where's Chaz? Did he leave?
Look at my face and my
No,
eyes
I'm
are
here.
burning.
I can smell it up
Fucking
here.
eyes are burning, dude.
Ooh, that one.
Christ.
Yeah, the classic Cheech and Chong.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's raining cats and dogs out here.
He's in the trunk of the car, man.
Yeah.
Sneaking into the drive-in.
Oh, man. Yeah, Cheech and Chong, I think they should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They sold records. You know, why can't a comedian be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Hell,
No offense, buddy. It would be George Carlin.
Oh, George Carlin! I've never missed George Carlin so much as I did this election. George Carlin would have been great for this election.
I think we should start the Comedian Hall of Fame. Isn't there a Comedian Hall of Fame?
Oh, I'm sure there is, but it's not as, big or whatever as these other things. I'm sure there's some kind of Comedian Hall of Fame. The Shriners Club, isn't that like a comedian? What do they call it? The Friars, or the Friars Club? I mean, don't they do the roast and all? I think that's like a comedian like thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Who would okay? All right, you guys got 3 choices. Any comedian. We're starting an inaugural Comedian Hall of Fame.
Okay.
It's called Laugh Your Ass Off Hall of Fame. You guys get to pick 3 comedians as your inaugural selections. Who are your 3? Whoever wants to go first.
Okay, my first one is Jack Bruce.
No. You mean Lenny Bruce?
Lenny Bruce, thank you. Lenny Bruce, who died of a heroin overdose, but was arrested several times for profanity. And then my second one is, of course, George Carlin. There's no getting around that. And I would like to select Andrew Dice Clay.
Okay, there's your 3. Chazarito?
Well, number one all day is George Carlin. There's no doubt about it. And then number 2 for me, more modern. I like Dane Cook a lot. I think he's hilarious.
Knew you were going to say that.
And number 3, I'm going to have to go with Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. Okay.
Kevin Hart.
My 3 would be absolutely, hands down, George Carlin. So he's inaugurally in as
he's in.
And then I would have to say the next one would be Robin Williams for me.
Robin Williams, yeah, good choice.
Without a doubt, Robin Williams. And also somebody that I actually grew up listening to, stealing my parents' records, is Richard Pryor. And I think Richard Pryor is one of those comedians that should be.
Oh, absolutely, I agree. Now, there's several others out there.
There's a lot. I mean, it's if I became a comedian like right now, though, I would say like Robin Williams, kind of influenced me. So did other people too. Jerry Seinfeld had kind of influence over me because his brand of comedy was just different from everybody else. He didn't use explicits. He didn't use
right,
grotesque things. He just did nonsense and everyday things that happened to you and made it funny. Just like he did in his television show. That's how his stand-up got started, which is the same like his television show.
Right.
So I think he was influential, to say the least. Tim Allen too is another.
Tim Allen's another one, and Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, Rodney! I forgot about Rodney.
Rodney Dangerfield was one of the funniest.
That guy
people
gets
on the
no
face
respect.
of the earth. See, and then you get Bill. You got guys like Bill Murray, and you got all the guys from Saturday Night Live. John Belushi.
Do you know who I'm right now? Just because he's the man, is Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Yep.
Bill Cosby. He was funny as shit, man. The man was hilarious. I mean, when there's no gray area there. He was funny. He was a funny man.
And he was fucking pimping it up too, buddy.
Yeah, he was a slut puppy.
Lifestyle, man. He was. You see, the thing that bothers people about the Bill Cosby thing is not the fact that he might have sexually did things to these women, and if he did, shame on you, it's bad.
Right.
But that he perpetrated a front on everybody. Everybody thought he was the nicest guy in the fucking world. He was a funny man, family values. He had the Cosby Show, the most best family on TV, and it was all a lie.
Yeah, it was all bullshit.
So that's why people are mad at him. But you can't take away that he was a funny person. His stand-up in like the 60s and that was really iconic. You know who else? No credit given. Fucking one of the funniest people I've ever seen. I've never seen him live, but I've seen stand-up on TV and that. Red Fox.
Red Fox was hilarious. I saw Red Fox in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And he was one funny son of a bitch and one of the most insulting people you'll ever meet.
Oh, sure.
He was hilarious. Now, if you want to see something funny as hell, man, check out the Dean Martin roasts.
I used to watch them all the time.
Oh, the guys on there were just hilarious. There's another comedian on there. What the hell was his name?
Don Rickles, man.
Don Rickles was funny. But
Don Rickles is probably... Don Rickles, I'm sorry. He's one of my top 3 comedians.
Right.
I got to take it away. Don Rickles is one of those comedians that even back in the day when things were politically correct 60s, and that he said those things that everybody thought about. He said them, and made it funny. See, that's what's wrong with comedy today. People are afraid to say what you think because we got to be so politically correct. Comedy actually sucks, I think, now, stand-up comedy. It's too politically correct, and I hate it. I miss them making fun of things. People can make fun of themselves. Carlos Mencia made fun of Hispanic people. He's Hispanic. It's fine. He gets it. Why can't everybody else?
Foster Brooks.
Where the fuck he come up with that shit from?
Wait. I'm going to shit. This guy is so fucking funny.
Are you just Googling old comedians?
Oh, yeah. And Don Rickles. And we used to do the Dean Martin roast. And this guy is hilarious.
He's a drunk.
He acts a drunk. He's never he doesn't drink. He didn't drink. Matter of fact, he died of old age. He died like in his 90s. So he lived a long life. And just hilarious stuff. Just funny stuff. He was pretty funny. Let's see.
He's Googling shit.
Yeah, I'm always Googling shit.
Well, what I was going to say, so, I mean, I guess it's pretty much status quo that there's no good movies, music, comedians post like 1985, apparently.
No, because everything's politically correct, and I'm sorry. No, I don't like it. I was born in 1974. Okay, so I'm not that old.
Right.
So I lived through all of this. I lived through the 80s, where you basically could say what you want and do what you want, and live. And I like that better than this. Oh, I need a safe place. I hate
This is 2016. You're forgetting about all the good shit in the 90s. You can't forget about fucking like George Lopez. You can't forget about Chris Rock.
Oh,
you
no,
can't
Chris Rock. Those are good. Those are good.
Dave Chappelle's like the funniest guy in the world.
Well, we did say in the beginning of this conversation that there are tons of great comedians.
Yeah.
But are some of these ready for the Hall of Fame? And you got some newer ones today.
As far as the 90s go, I think the 90s, style comedians were different. Like, my favorite person from the 90s is Mike Myers. Mike Myers is not really known for his stand-up, but as a actor in skits, Mike Myers was fucking funny. I remember one of his skits in
Chris Farley,
when he talked about being a bum looker, a cheeky monkey. And I laugh every time I see it,
he's hilarious.
But they did things, Anthony, even in the 90s, or Chaz, even in the 90s, that were more brash in your face, like not correct. They did things. Now we're just we're going to hurt their feelings. Why? I mean, why are we always worried about everybody's feelings? We're making everybody worse, I think.
I don't know. I don't know comedians you're listening to because Jim Norton's not like that, and you know what I mean. Like there's plenty out there. Louis C.K.'s not like that.
I know. Now there is some out there. Right, you're right.
Live for making rape jokes.
I know.
We've tried to have comedians on our show, and they just don't get it on the radio. They don't know how to make people laugh on the radio. There are several
that I'm funnier than them, and they get fucking mad.
Yeah, well, they can't hold their fucking breath for very long. I tell you what, it just seemed to me like there was a disconnect between doing stand-up comedy and doing radio comedy.
Right.
And I'm sure there is. I mean, Bob and Tom used to have these comedians come on, and they would be
Neil and
funny as
Bob.
hell. Huh?
Neil and Bob did too.
They have these comedians come on, and I'm laughing my ass off. I mean, some of these guys are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, talking about different things, like they're getting established comedians on. We got some people on, like Joe from Delta Sonic up here. I mean,
right.
We're not getting the people like before they make it, and like just Dave Chappelle or somebody. I'd love to get somebody like Dave Chappelle. I'd like to get Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart is one of the most funniest contemporary people right now, I think, in the modern age. Kevin Hart, it to me, it takes what the 70s comedians did, like Pryor and all them. And
did you ever like Chevy Chase?
I love Chevy Chase. Are you kidding me? Fucking Chevy Chase is funny as hell.
I couldn't say I've seen any of those Saturday Night Live guys that you guys mentioned do stand up other than like Dana Carvey. Dana Carvey's amazing in stand-up, but I've never seen Chevy Chase do his stand-up. I never seen Mike Myers do stand-up.
They weren't. No. Those earlier, especially the early.
They were improv. They were improv
actors.
Yeah.
They were.
So to me, that's not comedians. They're funny guys.
No, they're still
a comedian. I think of standing up there with a microphone. That's what I think.
Well, fuck, Dom DeLuise was a fucking comedian.
They're comedic actors. Okay,
Yeah.
Right. But that's why I wasn't thinking like Hall of Fame, a comedic actor.
Every one of these guys got their start in stand-up. Not all of them were improv right from the start.
Some of them were stand-up, like Chevy Chase wasn't and stuff, but Bill Murray was. Bill Murray
was stand-up.
Eddie Murphy did stand-up.
Eddie Murphy did stand-up before and after Saturday Night Live.
So there's some of them that did, but you're right. The majority of them did it. You got Jim Brewer, who did stand-up.
Gilda Radner did stand-up. Chris Farley did stand-up.
There were some that did, but a lot of them were actors that were comedic actors.
Right.
Well, then
that's why I didn't consider them.
Yeah. Well, then you got people like Robin Williams, who's trained at Juilliard acting school with his fucking roommate.
He did stand up as well.
His roommate was Christopher Reeves, who he wanted to be a serious Shakespearean actor and did comedy at the comedy clubs to get money, to live, and created a career out of it. And he did some serious acting. I think he won an Academy Award for one of his performances, if I'm not mistaken.
Have you ever watched the show Laugh In, Chaz?
No, can't say I have.
That was same thing as Presence. It was comedic type act, but there was some comedian type in there. You know who was really funny, and you don't really see him as stand-up, but he was on the Hollywood Squares for like 39 years. That's Paul Lynde.
Paul Lynde was hilarious.
God, Paul Lynde's zingers when on Hollywood Squares, even to today's standards, are like risque, And I think he was funny as hell. But there's some people that didn't do stand-up because, stand-up back in the 50s, and there was no such thing as stand-up. Comedians didn't do that. You went and you did a variety.
And you talk about political correctness. I mean, you think about it. We were talking about a guy earlier, Lenny Bruce, who was arrested several times for his foul language. It's because he would do heroin backstage and come out on stage and just rip it up, and then the cops would be there and they'd arrest his ass.
Well, Lenny Bruce was an opponent for free speech, and I respect him for that. And he also started the stand-up thing to some degree because he created the buzz because people wanted to go see him perform because they wanted to see him.
The Christian right was in full control when he was in there, and it was a nightmare because that poor guy there was arrested so many times.
I mean, that's what we're going back to, buddy.
Yeah, we're headed back to it. You're right.
Yeah,
we are headed back to it.
We're digressing in this fucking country instead of progressing because we already went through all that censorship and be cool 50s and 40s. And,
right. I'm tired of them blocking out Steve Miller Band when he says funky shit going down in the city. That right there is what we lived through in the 70s where they cut that shit out. And it really, and they're still doing it. Play the uncut version. You don't have a hair one to play the uncut version. They bleep it out, and it's just so ridiculous that the
all
FCC
that funky going down in the city.
Yeah, all that funky shit going down in the city.
Doesn't say that.
It
says
it's
not on my radio. When I listen to it, it says all that funky going down in the city.
Yeah. Down in the city, play the uncut version, and it's just like the comedians. I mean, if you've ever listened to Eddie Murphy, Raw, that's some funny stuff.
Yeah, that's funny. You know who else is funny stand-up? It's Jim Gaffigan.
Jim Gaffigan's pretty funny. He's not bad. He talks about food all the time, right?
Oh, his skit on Hot Pockets is
Have you ever seen who's this real fat redheaded guy? He's a rapper.
What?
He's on the Vice channel.
I think we lost Chaz, by the way.
Chaz,
no, I'm here.
He's just listening. He doesn't know comedians very much, I guess. I don't know. Who do you like, man?
Dane Cook,
Stephen Lynch, Bo Burnham. They're all newer guys. Not even anymore, though. They've been around about 15, 16 years.
Yeah,
but
they're not new, buddy.
I don't know any of this 50s and 60s shit except Carlin.
Well, there's other. You should do. There's like our dad's favorite actor of the old era, Jackie Gleason. He was a comedian, stand-up comedian.
Yeah, but I'm not going to sit there and lie and be like, oh, he was great. I never fucking saw it.
Action Bronson. This guy, Action Bronson.
Oh yeah.
You know him, right?
If you want to hear funny rap, you got to listen to Little Dicky.
He does this show called Fuck That's Delicious. It's a TV show called Fuck That's Delicious. It's on Vice Channel.
Yeah. If you want funny music and really good rap, listen to Little Dicky.
Little Dicky? Yeah, I hear he's pretty funny. I've heard him before.
The funniest music comic is Stephen Lynch. It's one of my biggest idols. He's ridiculously funny. He's really talented too. He was so talented. He won a Tony Award because they made him play the wedding singer on Broadway.
Oh, wedding singer.
He's just like I think he just like kind of copied off of what Adam Sandler was trying to do before.
Not even Adam Sandler can't sing or play guitar.
No, he can't. But
this guy is like a virtuoso singer guitar player.
I thought Adam Sandler didn't he do the Hanukkah song?
Yeah, and he did the turkey song, and he did.
It's not very good singing or guitar playing. And this guy
favorite
is like incredible.
I know you like want to suck his dick. I know it's cool. You can.
Who's this?
I would. He's very incredible.
Yeah.
Stephen Lynch. He wants to,
he wants to blow him.
He wants to blow him, and he wants to blow that other wrestler from
Chris
Foz.
Jericho.
Chris Jericho. Yeah.
Hey, what do you think of what's her name, McMahon, getting hired on by Trump, dude?
I don't think that's a terrible. I can't say I know her politics.
What happened? I just fucking spit on myself. What happened there? I didn't hear about this.
He hired Linda for one of his. Panel things, but it's not a big deal because she's been a politician for 40 years.
Yeah, she ran for fucking governor and
senator. Yeah, so she's lost everything she ever ran for.
Yeah, I don't think it's like anything crazy. It's not like, you know what I mean, a political move. I mean, he gave Dr. Carson a spot. He's never been a politician. So
and Mitt Romney. What the fuck?
Fuck Mitt Romney.
Why is he even?
He ain't. He's done. He's an afterthought. He's a smile on Daddy's face that you don't understand.
He needs to be away from all that. Just go away. Go.
Yeah, he's a loser, and I don't think Trump wants a loser on his fucking staff.
That's bad.
Well, did I miss anything? He didn't hire him for anything, did he?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I know. He's been talking to him. I think it's just to rub it in. I think what he's doing is rubbing it in all those people's face that like thought Mitt was good. He was like, "All right, Mitt, I'm going to wine you and dine you and make you look like a queen, and then I'm going to pick somebody else."
No, he's being like the Godfather. Come kiss my ring, Mitt. You fucked up.
Right,
you fucked up. You're wrong. I want you to admit
and good
to
for
me
him.
You were wrong.
He's good. Whatever. We're not getting political because I'll get bitchy, and because I'm very passionate about this. All this fucking bullshit of recounting the votes. Stop it. Stop.
Yeah,
stop.
It's over. It's over.
Everybody.
Over.
Let's get back to being America. Let's get back to living. Stop it. Shut up. Go to work. Oh, wait a minute. Most of you don't have a job. But anyways.
There's a lot of people out of work out there, man.
No. Some of people don't want to work.
Well, no. You know what? Let's not do that because that's political. Yeah. I think that there's a lot of people out there that are out of work that, first of all, you ever get in the mode, Guido, when you've been out of work for a while and it's like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. Every time at 10:30 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Well, what I'm saying here is when you've been out of work long enough, if you've been out of substantial work long enough, okay, I'm not going to say work because everybody's working, but they're all doing jobs they don't want to do, and you're an example of that.
Right. Okay. Listen. For anybody that says they can't find a job, I don't want to fucking hear that because I was making.
They're out there. Their jobs are out there.
But I took a job at half of my pay that I was making.
Exactly. And so
I didn't live off the system. Because I didn't need to.
These guys are doing the same thing you're doing. These guys are welders and builders of machines and architects, and all these guys have been out of fucking work.
I tried to be a well digger, but I just didn't have the ass for it.
Yeah, your ass was real cold.
Yeah, your ass was real.
Chaz,
you've been shit out of luck.
If he was a well digger, he'd be a warm well digger.
A warm well digger?
Yeah, because
he's hotter than a well digger's ass.
His ass looks like Bob Marley walking.
Could have been colder than a witch's tit in a brass bra.
I believe he's insinuating I have a hairy ass, but I don't think that's the case.
He looks like Chewbacca.
Chewbacca? Is he? You hairy motherfucker?
My chest.
His chest. It looks like he's got a fucking knit sweater on. It's so bad. One time, my cousin, he had his shirt off, and my cousin walked by the street or the driveway, and he goes, "Dude, when'd you get that eagle tattoo on your chest?" He's got no eagle tattoo.
It's a true story, by the way.
Yeah.
True story.
Oh, I don't make this shit up. You can't make this stuff up, man. You know, it's just, you know, it's a fact of life, and I'm gonna stop. And I don't care if people write in and people hate me and people call in and bitch at me. I'm stopping with the political correctness right now. I'm not doing it anymore. I refuse to do it. I'm not going to be a jackass or an asshole.
No,
But
no,
I'm not
I
gonna
know
be-
you're not.
you know?
I think you're going to tell the truth, and sometimes the truth will come back to bite you on the ass. And you know, I
Then we
posted
can fire him?
I posted
Can
on
we fire him?
Facebook. Huh?
Can we fire him then?
No, we can't fire him because, well, basically, I you know, I gotta say it out loud. I'm gonna say it out loud. I don't care. Couldn't do it without him.
Oh, that's another Hallmark moment.
Look
You
at
know.
that. And you called him the Grinch.
You know, I couldn't do it without him, and he knows that, and he knows that's how I feel. So,
Stop being a fanook.
you know, don't be a douche nozzle on that. And
I
but
want
think-
people to call in.
and I couldn't do it. We couldn't do it without Chaz because when Chaz isn't here, and we're talking to some of these artists, and we're doing these interviews, and we're talking like tonight. And Chaz, you were very handy. Me and Guido would have been lost on the nominees for the Grammys on the new rock and the alternative rock. I don't know those bands. I don't
Yeah,
know
because
some
I would
of
have
them.
never known I was
You know,
reading the wrong
no.
list.
So without you two being on the show, and even without, you know, I miss it when we can't have our third person, our fourth person on, MJ. I miss it when she's not here, and yeah, I miss her, and because she's on vacation.
Well,
She's down in
Chaz, this is an
Florida.
important part of, you know, you're taking care of the classic, you know, the older rock free. I
Right.
got the, you know, the 80s, 90s rock, and we got the hipster boy over here. So, I mean,
doing the new
you know,
rock.
yeah,
I mean, come on.
it works, man. It's like it would almost be like grandpa, father, and son. In a
This
way,
show has
you know?
progressed so far that we have 4 people on the show that come in, and they don't come into every show, but they come into periodically, and I think it's a good lineup, and I think we got good people doing the show. And when we,
Chaz, do you know that we've had this show in different incarnations for 4 years?
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, we've been doing this for.
yeah.
Yeah,
We've been all over the place. Before, we used to do it right on the air, which was cool, but we could never listen to them again, you know?
Right.
And then we did them on Blog Talk Radio, which they're still there. If you go to KGF Rocks
Right.
on Blog Talk, our archive shows from back then are still on there. And then we came to Spreaker because it was so much better and actually much inexpensive. Hey, if you are interested in doing your own blog show or anything,
Let us
and you
know.
want to join Spreaker, you can come and do it on our show, or if you want to do your own thing and pay for it, go to our page and hit the Spreaker logo on the bottom of the page, and you'll get us some, you know, maybe a month's free
Yeah, if you sign up.
thing or something. You know, it's something cool, you know. And
Right.
but if you don't want to pay anything, just hit us up at kgfrocks@mail.com, and you can have your own show. And I don't give a shit if it's cooking, if it's talk about vibrators for all I
If
care.
it's comedian, if it's historical, even if it's political. If you want to do a full hour of political news and information, this is your avenue right here. If you want to get something off your chest, right here's the place to do it. You can do your own commentary, for Christ's sake. You can be your own fucking, what's his name, Walter Winchell, or whatever the hell their name was
Who
back
the
in the
fuck
day.
is Walter Winchell?
He was a news broadcaster for NBC from New York City.
You heard that Walter Cronkite?
No, Walter Winchell was way back radio.
Say that
radio.
again.
Think radio before television. Think radio. He did all the newsreels.
Oh, okay.
You know, you've seen the old newsreels, right, in movies and
Hey,
stuff.
do you still got your gas mask from World War II?
No, I gave that up, but I still have my bamboo bong from Vietnam.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. But anyways, Walter Winchell. Say that 3 times and see if
Walter
you can do
Winchell.
it. I bet I got a challenge for you, Free Ride, here on the air. This is something my dad used to make me do all the time, and I could never do it.
Okay.
Can you say the word toy boat continuously without messing up?
Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, 12 boat. three fucking times. Do I get a quarter if I get it 5 times?
No, you'll never get it. You'll never get it. I tried mine for 42 fucking years. I even do it with my kids, and I can't do it. Neither can they. And it's so funny and it's so simple, but you can't do it.
Can't do it. No.
It's funny. It's one of those things, like I was thinking, like the Christmas holidays. This is what the Christmas means to me. Like I know what your idea of it is, but like I remember the times that when I was a kid, when my family my family was big, and my family always spent Christmas together. We used to have to rent out halls because there were so many people, and I missed those times. It was great. And, that's what I remember about Christmas is just the time where you can forget every, little fucking fight you had with your brother, sister, or whatever. And for at least one night, gather in a civil way and show that you love one another. That's what I think Christmas is.
Right.
And yes, people do go extreme over it. The Black Friday but it wasn't bad this year. I went out with my wife and I met Chaz in Walmart, and there was like 8 people in the fucking store.
Right.
So it's not like it used to be, at least not here in New York, because they spread it out now, so but in some places, you're right, man. They're just like fucking bulls on parade, man,
Right.
But I think people lost the true meaning of what Christmas is. It's a Christian holiday. That's what it is. But it doesn't have to be like that. It could just be a time for peace and love and good happiness stuff. Wow, that sounds like Steve Vai.
Aww.
That's what Christmas means to me, my love.
Christmas is not. Christmas is a money-grubbing, life-stopping, sanity-raping holiday.
But you can stop now. You don't work in retail.
Do you know? The statistics are in, dude. Murder statistically goes up in December. Christmas is why. Divorce goes up.
Say I love you.
Divorce goes up.
Say you love you, like good cheer.
Everybody wants to be all good cheer. Fuck that good cheer shit.
Unless Krampus comes along.
I'm at the point where it's a one-day event. That's the way it should be. You go out Christmas Eve, you buy your shit, you bring it home for your family, you give your kids the toys you can get and afford, and say Merry Christmas, thank you very much, have a great year.
Do you know what's funny and ironic about this whole conversation is that we're getting a Christmas lesson from a Jew.
Well, no, I was raised Episcopal. My mom was Episcopal, so she raised me in her religion.
Okay.
Okay, I wasn't raised Jewish.
Jewish descent, right?
Of Jewish descent, but it's not an ethnicity. It is not a geonorm. It is actually a religion. It's all it is. And if you want to discriminate against that religion,
It's any religion. I dislike them all.
Well, no, you know what? I'm not a thumper. Okay, and that's part of the reason why I don't like Christmas is because it's been distorted.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is about the gift of peace and love. It's not about the fucking tricycle under the fucking tree.
No, Christmas is about I better see fucking Guns N' Roses tickets under my tree.
No. See, and that's just it.
It is.
And speaking of Guns N' Roses, they're coming here, and guess what? St. Louis is the first stop on the North American tour.
Well, that's good. They'll get the fighting and the stupid shit out of the way before
out of the way first, right?
Because we're in August.
What would he do if 60,000 people paid for tickets and because he's doing it at the Dome? He's doing it at the state.
He can't do that anymore. They'll make him sign an agreement that he will show up.
What he needs to do is set up a stage in downtown St. Louis and put on a fucking free show is what he ought to fucking do.
Oh yeah, that's going to happen.
He owes the city of St. Louis an apology.
Same with Toronto. The riots had that they were flipping cars in Toronto.
Yeah, crazy.
Well,
He's a douche nozzle.
See,
Real.
here's the thing. Chaz and me have like different views on Guns N' Roses, and Chaz was around when Guns N' Roses came out, but he wasn't around. He didn't know what was going on, the cultural significance and that they had on the music industry, and they went like from a barroom band overnight. They sold 14 million records of their debut album, and they only really had 2 albums, and they were selling out stadiums then.
Yeah.
And they are now. So, I mean, the original Guns N' Roses makes a big difference because when Guns N' Roses with just Axl came here like 2 years ago, they played outside at an outdoor little venue that held about 5,000 or 6,000 people. Now they're playing at New Era Field. It's going to be like 80,000 people.
Right.
So I think the significance of the original band is a lot, and I don't think people realize that this is just as big as the Eagles reunion, I think, and just as big as if Zeppelin got back together. In my opinion, it's that big.
Right.
Well, no, it's big. I'm not saying it's not big, but I mean, I don't know. It's just a lot to do with a band that had 2 albums like this.
Well,
right.
Nirvana had 2
and they're
albums,
selling and they're doing stadium venues.
right.
They're
They
not
offer
doing
2
your
albums.
normal.
That's great.
And they're going to sell the tickets. I guarantee
But that's
you
the
that.
thing that you should respect even more, dude. They had 2 albums. You can't deny that because Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 was basically 1 album, and they're selling out stadiums.
Well, the least they could do, though,
Guido,
Guido.
say anything bad about that?
The least they could do is, this makes it sound, kind of petty, but the least they could do is put out a new album.
I don't think that'll ever happen, and I'll tell you the reason why. Because this is not really Guns N' Roses, people. Okay,
Right.
They're going on tour. This is still Axl's band. Axl owns the right to Guns N' Roses, and Slash is not going to play on an album with Axl Rose that he can't have any input on.
Well, yeah.
And that's the thing is they're not going to record. I don't think. I mean, what do you think, Chaz?
No, I don't think they'll record because you said input. What really you meant was money.
Right.
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 That's all it
money.
is.
Yeah, it's money. It's about money. Definitely it's about money. Why would, Slash is an original member of that band, helped create that band, whatever. Why would he just want to be a paid musician in a band he created? I don't blame him. Do you?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah,
And he wasn't.
and look at this. Now, he came back and he's selling out stadiums. Without him, he can't sell out an arena. So
Well,
yes,
I think they both realize that they
go ahead.
need each other.
right.
They need each other. They know
They
that.
do.
They're
Yeah.
both average at best. I mean, I would say that Axl's well below average, but they make a good team together.
Right. Well, they have their own unique sound, and I think Slash has been kind of slippery the last couple of years.
Oh my
and
God!
hasn't been doing.
I think his last fucking couple things with Miles Kennedy is just as good as anything he did with Guns N'
You
Roses.
think so? You think
Oh,
so?
yeah.
I don't know that it was that
Yeah,
great.
What do you
It
think,
was
Chaz?
it's the first time Slash. It was the first time Slash was relevant since like 1991.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Because-
saying. He hadn't done anything in a long time.
Well, he did Velvet Revolver. Let's not forget
Oh,
about
that's right.
that.
I forgot
Well,
about that.
Yeah, that was a huge band.
Yeah,
for
that's true.
a couple years. I mean, they didn't last long, but
No.
they were pretty. I thought Velvet Revolver was bigger band and a bigger draw than Guns N' Roses, which is Axl, in my opinion.
Right.
I mean, because I think the first Velvet Revolver album's better than Chinese Democracy.
Well, I think Chinese Democracy is a waste of fucking CD material.
It's not. It's not. It's got its good moments. But here's what the problem I have with it. It's not a 15-year in the making album. It just sounds like any other album Guns N' Roses would do.
To be honest, I think
it's
the guitar riffs in most of the songs are almost amateurish.
Oh no, the guitar players on that album are actually better than Slash. I
About
mean,
17,000 times better than Slash could ever
Really?
dream of being.
You think
Yeah.
so? All right.
Yeah,
Well, maybe I'm
I
not
would
listening to the
guarantee
same album then.
so.
I just
You're
seems
not
like
then.
to me.
you got Buckethead. You got Robin Finnick, who was from Nine Inch Nails and who was really good. You
and
got
Ron Thal.
Ron Bumblefoot Thal and St. Louis native Richard. Oh my God, what's his name? I forgot. Richard
Fortus.
Thal. Richard Fortus, yeah. Who is? I think he's in the band now. I think he's the second guitar player. But Richard Fortus is another great. So I think what he did was he got all these guitar players because Robin Finnick was the first one. Robin Finnick was the original replacement for Slash. Okay. And then it took so long for this album recorded, he was out. Then Buckethead came in. He played for a few years, recorded a couple tracks. He was out. Then Bumblefoot came. I mean, it was just like these guys couldn't last. They're like, our career's on hold, you know? So they would spend a couple years and leave.
Right.
When he finished the album, he left them all on there. So that album has 3-4 different guitar. Let's forget about DJ Ashba, too. He was in Guns N' Roses.
Right. So now these guitarists are finer than Slash. Then what's the purpose of the reunion? Just to get it out of the way? Hello?
Yeah, I lost you dudes there.
Did you lose us?
You were like freezing up there.
Was I?
Who, me?
Guido was, yeah.
Well, what I was saying, though, before I was rudely interrupted, is even DJ Ashba was in Guns N' Roses.
Oh, I caught that part. And then everything went dark.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I just lost you guys. So that album is, even though I'm a fan of Slash, because I don't necessarily care how
I like his style.
Right, and that's what I like. I don't give a shit if you can play arpeggios and scales and whatever. That's good. I'm glad you are a great musician. But I want to know how it makes me feel. And his guitar always made me feel like I wanted to rock. And that's what I like. You know, and it's just how it is. Sometimes simplicity is better.
All right. Favorite Guns N' Roses tune?
Mine would have to be Don't Cry.
Don't Cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say that one, too.
Don't Cry?
I Don't Cry, and I was hesitant.
I think mine is Patience. Mine is Patience. It's more of a ballad.
Too. Yeah.
It has a classic rock feel.
It is a ballad. And that was a good ballad. It went to number 4 on the charts. But I also a lot of people want to say November Rain. I think November Rain ruined Guns N' Roses for me. I started disliking them because that song just always got played. And it was like, wait a minute. There's so many other good Guns N' Roses songs. Why do they keep playing that song? It's So Easy, I love. Fucking My Michelle, I love. Civil War is a great tune.
I think it's okay.
Oh my God, Civil War is a great tune, and in the opening line from the fucking that movie is just the perfect way to start that song. Also, I like the one they did from Terminator. You Could Be Mine.
Yeah,
great song. I can't tell you. I love most of their music, and even though they only had 3 albums, an EP, and a live album out with the original Guns N' Roses, I like every single one of them.
Killer.
You know, and I would go see them with the original Guns N' Roses. I'm upset because it's not the original Guns N' Roses. It's not Steven Adler and Izzy Stradlin's not there. They're still alive. It's not like they're dead.
Right.
They're just, I don't know. I think Izzy said no, and I don't think Steven got the offer. So if not, you should have brought back Matt.
So basically, it's just Slash and what's his name?
And Axl and Duff McKagan, the bass player.
Duff McKagan. Okay.
So it's 3 of the original 5, which is cool. And
who's going to do drums on it? Do you know?
I don't know. Whoever his Guns N' Roses drummer has been. I don't know who that is, and we can find out. But even with the the musicianship that he had on those albums were great. I don't know why they don't bring back some of the other players though, like Matt Sorum, who took over for Steven Adler for the 2 You Could Be My album or whatever albums, and then what's his face? Chaz, the guitar player.
Gilby?
Yeah, Gilby Clarke. I couldn't think of his name. I don't know why they don't call them 2 back. They were a important part. They were actually the more famous Guns N' Roses of the early 90s, because Guns N' Roses peak was 91. I mean, you could say Metallica, like we talked about this the other day at work. I had said, they should bring Metallica back, and you said Metallica doesn't sell out stadiums on their own. And I said that's true,
Mm-hmm.
And Guns N' Roses was the bigger band that tour also,
Right.
Mm-hmm. And they were the headliner. And I think that's what a lot of people forget. If Guns N' Roses kept going, they might have died away, but they might have still made some really good records. And I pissed about that. I really pissed about that Axl Rose had to be a prima fucking donna and ruin it all.
Right.
When I don't think he was the band. I don't think he was the band to me. And it's proven. He wasn't the band. The band was the band. That's what they want to see. At least these three that are in there now are the most famous three. You can disagree or agree. But Duff is an important part of Guns N' Roses.
Killer.
So I think it's great. I think this reunion is just as big, Free Ride, and you'll say no, as if the Beatles got back together.
Oh, no.
No, that's insane.
No. I think it is.
I don't even like the Beatles, and I can't.
No. A good song for you to listen to, Chaz, is One After 909. Listen to that song, and then close your eyes, and then have your guys in your band play it and rock it. It's a great song.
I probably know it. I don't know.
One After 909. Yeah,
it's not a famous song.
It's a great song. It's not one of their hits.
Yes.
Right.
Okay,
but I've heard all of their albums.
It's also a let's see, who else did? I think Muddy Water did it.
It's on the White Album.
One After 909. Anyway, but listen, we're just about out of time, fellas. We've beaten this one to death, man, and we went from talking about Grammy nominations and went to the Hall of Fame nominations, and we talked a little bit about rock and roll, and we talked a little bit about politics, and we talked about, we didn't talk about football tonight. Very strange that we didn't talk about football tonight.
I wonder why.
We had Guido fart into the mic, which was very entertaining. Very, very entertaining tonight. But real quick, I'm going to do the schedule. Is that all right with you guys?
That's fine.
We'll do the schedule. On Sunday, it's 11 a.m. is the free brunch program with myself. And then Conjugal Visit, of course. And we will be back next week, come what may, no matter what. And Monday, Rob Boyer is on at 8 o'clock with some great heavy metal, and his audience is growing. We're happy to see that. Also, the Hot Lunch on 12 o'clock on Tuesday afternoons. And then on Wednesday, we have Wild Bill at 11 a.m. And Joe and Jody, the podcast, comes on at 8:30. These are all Eastern Standard Time now. And then also Free Ride is Thursday evening at 8 o'clock. And Friday is Wild Bill Hill once again and Ms. Diamond. And she will be on at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then 10 a.m. Saturday morning. It's like going to Cartoon Land, man. It's Zookeeper Bob. And it's like going to the friendly neighborhood. Kind of scary.
It's
anyway,
like going to the eternal... rest.
Yeah, cover your daughter's ears and your children's ears, please. Okay, on Saturday afternoons. Okay, that's our schedule for the week. You got anything going on, Guido? Hello?
No, nothing. Hello. Yeah, your Skype sucks. Balls.
My Scups. Whose?
Your Scup. Yeah, your Scup.
No, my Skype is fine. It's your
You're
Skype.
the one controlling it.
No, I'm not even touching it, my friend. I'm just, it's you. Because I'm not losing Chaz. Chaz, I'm not losing you, am I?
I'm here. But it just happened when he was talking. It happened when you were talking. So something's up somewhere.
Skipped out, huh? Okay. Well,
now it's happening when you're talking.
Hopefully it wasn't just.
Sounds like a retarded robot.
No, it sounded like a retarded robot. I sounded like shit, did I?
Yeah, no, that's what I heard too.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully it came through loud and clear on the show, and I didn't blow anybody's brains out. Okay. Well, we've beaten this one to death. We've been here long enough.
It sounds like a fart from a well digger's ass.
It's like a fart from a well digger's ass. It's about as fiery as that fart coming from a well digger's ass. Had a maid of honor.
It's
All
like
right.
a fart from the heavens.
Yeah. Here we go. We're going to say goodbye now. Say goodbye, boys.
Just say goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. See you later.
Bye,
Goodbye,
boys.
boys.
Goodbye, boys.
It's Sunday night, and this is the Conjugal Visit on KGFRocks.com.